Hello and welcome to another RWBY fanfiction reading, and this time we are finally here. I have been raving about it for the past few videos in terms of fanfiction readings, about how we're coming up upon the best fanfiction I have ever read. I think, maybe, I don't know for sure, but, you know, it's one of the best, if not the best. Just across the way, White Rose AU by Open Book 1020, also known as Tegan. So, this, I don't know. I think it's just really good. You'll see once we actually read it. But other than that, it's basically just kind of whatever. I think the story explains it well enough so I don't have to explain it beforehand. I might decide to do that anyways, or at least somewhere in there, but still. Yeah, basically it's just kind of whatever. Although I didn't realize that you could actually do this, but you can see their rankings and how it also shows the most impressive ranking, which I guess 669 out of 2,600 something is pretty good. I mean, it is, that is basically top 25%. I think it's probably about that much. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, God. But yeah. So yeah, this is, we're gonna finally get started now that we're somewhat 2 minutes into this video. What? Okay. The Right Job. Chapter 1. Which there is about 18 parts to the story, although there are a few updates and stuff, which is kind of... Yeah, it's all once we get to the end of this, I will talk some more about the kind of sadness I've been experiencing related to this story, because I have basically been trying to, just make sure I kept up with every single part. I need it. Anyways, The Right Job. Narration. The mall, the place to go for designer clothes, brand name makeup, and a myriad of other things. But today, Weiss was on a mission. Find a job that she'd enjoy. Weiss's POV. My heels clacked on the tile floor with every step. It was one of those telltale signs I was present. Everyone knew who I was. Heiress to the esteemed Schnee Mining Company. And all. But today was different. I needed to find a job. My father had gotten fed up by my admittedly spoiled and royal attitude towards life. So he stripped me of my allowance and told me to find a job before the week was over. And it's Friday. Clothing? No. The food court? No. Way too much grease. I'd been wandering for an hour or two. I hadn't seen a single establishment that I deemed to be a nice place to work. I better take a break. I've been walking for hours. I have soon found a bench with a fake potted plant and a trash can next to it and took a seat. I crossed my legs and breathed in deeply. A pleasant floral scent greeted me, reminiscent of cherry blossoms. I looked around until I spotted a perfume store. It had a sign with Aromathon in red above the entrance. That looks like a decent place to work, I thought. I stood up and entered the store. There was a mishmash of scents, but it was not at all disorienting or unpleasant. There was a woman with long black hair wearing a beautiful red dress behind the counter. Can you guess who that is before we get into it? Ooh. It's very descriptive, I know, but considering that could probably apply to a few characters. Anyways, just had to move positions quickly. Something more comfortable for this great story. Anyways, I stood and it stood. Oh, what? Oh, okay. There was a woman with long black hair wearing a beautiful red dress behind the counter. She was obviously slightly older than me, possibly early to mid-20s. I approached the counter. Hello, miss. I read her name. Her name tag said Cinder on it. Cinder? I was wondering if there... Oh no, it's a mistake. I wonder if there's any job openings here. She looked slightly surprised and intrigued at my inquiry. Hello, Miss Schnee. I'm the manager of this store, and we do have some openings. I personally have been working double shifts for about a month after the last girl quit. Wonderful. Shall we schedule an interview? Would you like me to fill out any paperwork? I watched her expression turn to one of amusement. That won't be necessary, Miss Schnee. That won't be necessary, Miss Schnee. But if you don't mind me asking, why are you looking for a job? Your family's already filthy rich, pardon my language of it, but it's true. My father thinks I'm too spoiled and that I need to learn the value of $1. He revoked my allowance and told me to find a job. So here I am. Please, Miss Cinder, call me Weiss. I smiled warmly. She's a pleasant person to be around. Okay, Miss Weiss. Can you show up tomorrow at 9:30? Cinder smiled warmly at me as she finished talking. I'll be here. Thank you, Miss Cinder. I smiled back. I'm happy I found a job that I think I'll enjoy. It's Fall, by the way. My last name is Fall, like the season, she said before I left. It's a beautiful name. I'll see you tomorrow, Miss Fall. I gave her one last smile before leaving the store. She waved me goodbye through the glass windows. Or were they walls? Either way, I waved back. I walked around browsing a bit, but not too long after acquiring my job, my stomach grumbled at me. Better get something to eat. Oh no, it's another mistake. I thought as I began making my way to the food court. When I arrived at the food court, I had to take some time to look at my options. I didn't want anything too unhealthy. Yeah, it's fair. I must not have been paying attention, and I walked right into someone. I fell backward, and when I opened my eyes, a small girl with short red hair was looking back at me. She was adorable. Her eyes were brilliant silver. She was wearing a t-shirt with a graphic on it and tight black jeans. Instinctively, I begun, "Watch where you're going, you dunce." Not exactly what I felt like saying. She looked really scared and sad. She got up quickly. "I'm really sorry," she said before running off. That made me feel less than ideal, and everyone staring didn't help that fact. RWBY's POV. Man, I'm starving, I thought out loud. Hadn't eaten all day. What to get? Chinese or pizza? Ooh, maybe some greasy fast food. That's... Wow. Too relatable. I thought, nearly drooling. I was thinking of food when I walked into someone. I opened my eyes and saw a beautiful royal girl. She was about the age of my sister. She was wearing a beautiful white dress and it had a cute off-center ponytail. When she opened her eyes, I saw they were an icy blue hue, but they were cutting right through me now. She opened her mouth and began yelling. "Watch where you're going, you dunce." She scared me a little. What do I do? What do I do? I stood up and ran as fast as I could, let out an apology, and ran. A few minutes later. Weiss' POV. Not even hungry anymore, I thought as I poked my Chinese food. That poor girl looked legitimately afraid of me. Why am I such a spoiled bitch all the time? Probably never see her again to apologize either. Woo! Yeah, apparently it's Tegan the Rainbow. See that right there. Oh no, why am I not following? Fuck. Follow. Shit. Is it not working? Fine, whatever. Anyways, coincidence? That doesn't actually have a question mark on it. Coincidence! Weiss' POV. I've been waiting outside Romathon for about an hour. I checked my phone. 10:23. Miss Fall did tell me 9:30, right? If so, she's almost an hour late. Weiss! I turned to look in the direction of the voice. There was a well-dressed boy with a fedora-like hat on. I knew who he was already. Sorry you've waited so long. Miss Fall called in sick and I was out at the time. Flint Cole. I work here as well. Cinder filled me in. It's a pleasure to meet such a famous woman. He bowed gracefully, causing me to smile. It's a pleasure to meet you as well, Flint. Aren't you quite a famous trumpet player in a certain jazz band? I loved all his music. Such freedom and expression. You're a lot nicer than the media had me believe, but that incident in the food court yesterday wasn't truly you, was it? I stopped smiling. You saw that? He nodded. I was just flustered, and spoiled brat instinct kicked in. I looked down shamefully. It's fine, Schnee. He stopped, and I nodded to signal that it was okay to address me that way. I saw the way you looked at her, and the way you blushed as you played with your food. I could feel my face burning up. I don't know what you're talking about. I often crossed my arms over my chest. No one is allowed to know that about me. Father would kill me. Ruby's POV. I hummed as I walked to my summer workplace. Otaku and weebs. God damn it. Oh, I'm sorry. That's such a stupid name, but it's okay. It's a fun place to work. I usually end up spending most of my paycheck on merchandise from the store anyways. Being an otaku is hard sometimes. Too taxing. That was yang levels of bad for a pun. I feel like I should know what that I feel like I should know, but I don't. I'm sorry. I saw my coworker unlocking the metal mall gate to the store. Hey, Ren, I shout happily. How's your morning going? He puts the keys in his pockets before responding. Pretty good, Ruby. Yours? Pretty good, Ruby. Yours? I smile slyly. Did you bring me anything special? I raised my eyebrows. Nope. He had an evil grin. Started fake crying. No! I cry out. He chuckles. Come on, Ruby. We gotta get the store ready for customers. Also, seriously, an Manga Sensei t-shirt? He asked, walking inside. I follow him behind the counter. Yeah, I like it. He laughs at me. That anime is trash, though. I pout. Well, it's the bestest and cutest trash ever, especially Sagiri. He chuckles. What is she, your waifu? I knew my face was turning red. Ren is one of the only people that know I like girls. Sorry, I forgot that's touchy for you. But Ruby, it shouldn't matter whether you're gay or straight. Remember how I reacted? I chuckled. Yeah, you dropped your tea and started shipping me with all your favorite girls. I burst out laughing. All jokes aside, Ruby, you can put these new, Masamune-kun's revenge issues on the shelves. I smiled and saluted. Sure thing, boss. Weiss's POV. Flynn was really a pleasure to work with. I even got to ask him about his inspirations for his songs. The great thing about jazz is that you can mold it into whatever you feel. It's not a single thing that is set to be. It's what you make it. You dig? I still hadn't gotten used to some of his rhetoric, but he was a very pleasant person. Excuse me for saying this, but you're a lot less bitchy than I thought you'd be. I giggled. Thanks, Flint. It's good to know that I've only screwed up with so far. He smiled all of a sudden and gestured with his eyes before saying, Welcome, can I help you? I turn to see who it is, and I'm greeted by the girl I berated just yesterday. Hi, Weiss. I'm sorry for yesterday. She was looking down, and she looked scared again. I walked around the counter. She flinched as I got close. It's okay. I'm sorry, too. It was my fault, honestly. I shouldn't have reacted the way I did. I smiled at her. She no longer looked scared, but she was still looking down. She's so cute, I thought. My name's Ruby Rose. I work over there. She pointed, without looking up or back, behind her to the store with the name Otaku and Weebs. She looked so nervous. No! I should read that, but god damn it, we're in the middle of something. What's wrong, Ruby? I'm not going to yell anymore, I promise. She looked up and our eyes met. Oh god, she's so cute. Is she like me? I like the idea of being great friends with you. She turned to leave. Ruby, wait. She turned around to look at me. When is your lunch break? Ruby's POV. When is your lunch break? Weiss asked before I could get away. 1:45, I said quickly before I turned around and nearly ran back to the safety of O and W. That looked like it went well. Besides the whole anime-style blushing you did. Ren joked. How could you see that from here? I was all red again. RWBY, I could tell why you wanted to talk to her. He gave me that I understand look big brothers do. Shut up, Baka. We both laughed, but I couldn't stop thinking about her. Those icy blue eyes weren't so bad this time. I could barely look at her. I checked my phone. 11:45. Wow! 2 hours! Hey, look! 2 hours late. I'm sorry, there was no need for that. I don't even know why I did that. Alright, Ren, I'm going on my lunch break. I'm starving again. Okay, I'll try not to buy all the mango while you're gone. Shut up. He chuckled and waved me goodbye, even though I'd be back in 45 minutes. That's a long lunch break, dude. Well, I guess it's only like 15 more minutes than I've ever had, but still. I was turning around when I bumped into someone and stumbled backwards. Seriously, again, I need to pay more attention. This time, though, someone caught me. Whoa, be more careful, RWBY. I looked up and saw Weiss. She had one arm around my waist. I couldn't help but blush hard. I heard Ren snapping a picture. Not really okay, but whatever. Thanks, Weiss. Sorry again. I thought I'd cry. I kept screwing up in front of her. She only knows me as a screw. I promised I wouldn't yell at you again, didn't I? She was smiling at me. She didn't look angry at all. I stood back up straight, but she wasn't ready and we butted heads. Not figuratively, literally. Ow, you... She inhaled. Warn me next time. She kept smiling. Come on, let's get lunch. She let go of me and we began walking to the food court, chatting. But I couldn't stop thinking about how beautiful and elegant and perfect this princess was, and how her touch was so gentle. Weiss's POV. Hey, Schnee, Flint snapped in front of my face to get my attention. You're staring at her again. No, I wasn't. Did you want something? I could feel the heat in my face already. If you want, we can swap lunch breaks. Mine starts the same as your little crush's. I could feel my face heating up even more. Are you sure, Flint? You said you were hungry an hour ago. I gave him a worried look. Who am I to stand in the way of love? He chuckled. Okay. I don't necessarily know how lunch breaks work in every single workplace, but I would not want to be forced into a lunch break that's later than 1:45. Like, even 1:45 is a little bit much, but like, how? Like, I don't really understand how that makes sense. Anyways, okay, whatever. Who am I to stand in the way of love? He chuckled. Love? I don't love that adorable klutz. I didn't hear what I said. Adorable klutz? Flint put the emphasis on the adorable. Damn it, I had lost. It's alright, Schnee. Your secret is safe with me. You may have even given me an idea for a piece. Now go, it's 1:43. He shooed me away with a hand and leaned against the counter. Thanks, Flint, I said it just loud enough for him to hear. I swear he smirked and tipped his hat a bit. Wait, what am I going to say? I didn't think about that. What if she thinks I'm weird or creepy? I had my mind racing and I wasn't looking where I was going. I came out of my own mind the moment I collided with RWBY. I didn't fall this time, but she was about to. Damn it. I wrapped my arm around her waist and stopped her falling. Whoa, be more careful, RWBY. She looked up at me. Our faces weren't very far apart. It was like a romantic dance had just ended. She blushed a bright red. Thanks, Weiss. Sorry again. She looked sad. I promised I wouldn't yell at you again, didn't I? I smiled at her. A genuine happy smile. RWBY attempted to stand, and I wasn't ready. Our heads collided. It hurt, and I almost... Ow, you... Breathe, Weiss. Don't screw this up. Warn me next time. Held my smile, albeit I was in a bit of pain. Come on, let's get lunch. I began walking to the food court and RWBY followed. We talked a bit, but it was like RWBY wasn't even there. What is she thinking about? Regardless, she's the cutest girl I've ever seen. And even though we didn't really get very far in, we absolutely need to stop now, because there are important things going on. And there's a phone down there, which I'm not even going to worry about. But yeah, so we need to be done. Next time we'll continue with Chapter 3, Lunch.